Hello ladies and gentlemen, subscribe Astro Sundar and press the bell icon. Today we are going to see secrets of Saturn in different houses, 1st to 12th, all houses. Saturn in 1st house. You have a mature, disciplined, serious attitude toward life which colors everything you do. Caution and realism are your virtues, though you limit yourself at times by being too careful, shy, or fearful, and not believing in yourself enough, or being assertive when necessary. Others find you difficult to get to know intimately, as you tend to distance yourself from them, or to put forth a rather stern, adult face to the world. Saturn in 2nd house. Your fears revolve around money and material security, and you work very hard to ensure that your assets are solid. You may be very conservative, even stingy, with your money, because you are afraid there won't be enough. You may turn this fear around and become very shrewd about investments and financial matters. Saturn in 3rd house. You are serious-minded and may have difficulty making light social conversation or participating in friendly personal interchanges. You try to be strictly accurate and are critical of people who exaggerate or talk on subjects they really know little about. You withhold your thoughts and opinions until you have thought everything through quite thoroughly, and sometimes your silence discomforts others. Your mental concentration is very good, but your breadth of understanding may not be. Saturn in 4th house. Your childhood or your relationship with your parents was restrictive, unloving, or unhappy in ways that may prevent you from allowing other people to get close to you in later life. You felt deprived in some manner, whether or not you actually were deprived in some way. Emotional separations or oppression of your needs and feelings may typify your early life, at least as you remember it. Forgiving your parents and or letting go of any resentments you have about the limitations you experienced early in your life is crucial. Also, you need to build your own solid foundation, and investing time and energy into your home, domestic relationships, and in life can help you accomplish this. Saturn in 5th house. It may be difficult for you to play spontaneously or just let your hair down, for you tend to inhibit that side of yourself by being too self-conscious and concerned with the impression you are making. You may work very hard at some sport or creative medium in order to excel, for you want very much to be noticed, acknowledged, and recognized as special in some way. Though you may indeed be outstanding, you also need to learn to relax and enjoy yourself more. Saturn in 6th house. You take both your work and your health very seriously, but you may demand so much of yourself at work that you compromise your health. You can become a workaholic, not so much because you have lofty ambitions, but because you never feel like you've done enough. You are overly responsible or overly conscientious at work, so much so that you may not enjoy it at all. You can also get overly involved in self-improvement or your health, and you tend to be a bit of a hypochondriac. Saturn in 7th house. You take your commitments to others very seriously, especially in close one-to-one relationships. Your strong sense of responsibility to the other person makes you a trustworthy and dedicated partner, but you often feel that marriage or any binding commitment between yourself and another person is too restrictive and burdensome, and thus seek to avoid it. Close relationships may be more work than pleasure for you, and it may seem that you are always working on your marriage rather than enjoying it. You will persevere and ultimately grow through the process, however. Saturn in 8th house. Fear of the unknown, of change, and or of death may plague you. You strongly resist changes and transitions rather than greeting them with curiosity or a spirit of adventure, which makes them much harder for you. On another level entirely, you are very careful about joining forces, and especially your material resources, with others. You want to keep your own and other people's property and assets very distinct. Saturn in 9th house. Your attitude toward religion, philosophy, and politics is very conservative and possibly narrow or rigid. On the one hand, you may believe in nothing that is speculative or intangible, requiring proof for any idea presented to you. Each idea is thoroughly and systematically examined. On the other hand, you may tenaciously cling to your grand philosophical or metaphysical beliefs and opinions, refusing to modify them, or to be open and receptive to others' insights and perspectives. Your overall outlook on life is serious, and you may feel that life or God will punish you if you do not watch your step. Saturn in 10th house. You are very conscientious, responsible, and concerned with your duty, your public image and reputation, and becoming a person of stature in the world. You understand the need for hard work and careful planning in order to accomplish anything substantial, and you're capable of much self-discipline and patience once you set your sights on a goal. But you are very judgmental and hard on yourself if you fail to attain success, and you can become dry, bitter, or cynical if the world doesn't recognize your efforts. Saturn in 11th house. You are generally not a joiner, and do not feel comfortable in clubs, organizations or other groups of people that are centered around some common ideal or interest. If you do participate in a group, you may find the rules and procedures restrictive, or you may simply feel that you do not fit in with the others. Being alone or with older, more experienced people suits you better than being with groups of your own peers. Saturn in 12th house. You may have nebulous, but ever-present guilt and fears that are difficult to pinpoint or eradicate. It's as if you don't trust life itself, and are always seeking ways to defend yourself from its dangers and its unknowns. You must learn to overcome your ingrained habit of discouragement and anxiety, and to see the world more as a friendly place than as a treacherous one.